Well, we're at our local DIY store and we've been buying wood, and I'm not going to tell you what we're doing with it until we start the project. And we're still obviously using old trusty Shogun. Try to get all these things done before we sell this car. And I do not want stuff like this going in my lovely new top of the range Yeti. And of course I had to get a bag of compost. So someone's been busy, and I'm glad he's working in the shade because it is to be, I don't know, 38 or something today.
It's nice and cool in here.
Wee bit warm, very French. Anyway, this is the wood that we bought from the DIY store, plus a bit that John found lying around, so that saved us £8. And if you haven't guessed already what it is a composting bay. So it's not ready yet. So he's finished it now and creosoted it, because although we were using decking and it is pressure treated, we just wanted to make sure. So 2 bays, so that one is making compost while the other one is got compost ready to use, although that'll be a while yet. Reinforced at the back, and at the front these parts, planks, lift out so that when it's full I can lift these out and get into the compost. So what we will do when we put it in situ is put a little fixing into the ground, a little peg or something, to make sure that it doesn't splay out at the front when it is full of compostable material. This is the composting material, and this has been hedge trimmings and weeds since we arrived here. So bear in mind we've only been here, what, 5 weeks now. I have got to put all this into those 2 composting bays, which means unfortunately I'll need to move all this, because this next to the wall is where the composting bays are going. So that won't be happening today, folks. I think we've got a little bit of work to do. So in this area, in that corner there, underneath all that, there is a septic tank, apparently. And there are some larger branches at the back of the garage wall there against that stone wall, which need logged, because we will have a wood burner this winter. And these branches here need dealt with to just tidy this area up. That is a clematis, but I think it's a wild one. It hasn't done anything, and I don't think it's going to, so it might be leaving us. But my main priority is the composting material, which I'm going to get up early tomorrow and start to move all that so that I can get my composting bays in. I'm dreading it. Number one, it's very warm and it's filthy, and I really need to kind of shred a lot of the stuff to put into the bays as I go. I'll be having a bath after that. Well, John and I have been very busy today. That is an understatement. So, we have excavated all the stuff that was against the wall, because that is where the composting bays are going, and discovered a step, discovered a septic tank, done a lot here. And the next thing will be, and it won't be today, will be to put the bay in. We've levelled that out, so that is where it is going. There's still a lot of work to do here, but we've kind of cracked the back of it, and I cannot tell you that was hard work. That was really hard going. This is the stuff that I've decided will probably, most of it, make its way into the composting heap. So just going to go and sit down for a little while now. So it's a lovely day, and the farmers are cutting silage. So silage is different from hay. Hay is cut and dried grass, and silage is just turned a couple of times and then big baled, and it ferments in the bale and is much nicer for the cattle to eat in the winter. So you tend to find that all the farmers all get together and help each other, which is what's happening here. And the noise in the background is the dogs, because we're on our way to the beach. So we've arrived at Mossyard Beach. And I think the tide is on its way out. Anyway, these two are having a nice time. You having a good time, Rosie? Yeah? Daisy? Or sheep? So this is the other side of this beach, which is a wee bit more doggy friendly and quieter, to be honest. So this is too good not to video, because not only have you got one beach, but you've actually got a second beach, which is pretty cool. So at very high tides, that little spit of land there will become an island. But this is a perfect bucket and spade beach. John has already seen the boats, but he is not craving for a boat at the moment, so I'm happy to let it go. But this is very nice, but it's a long drive for us. That was over an hour from Dumfries. So it's a lovely sandy beach. And the sun has come out. Few campers, caravanners. Who can blame them? What a lovely spot. Doggies are happy. And it's good to get John out the house. Now, if you've never been to Mossyard Beach, then you've really got to have a look on this little rise of rocks at the labyrinth. Now, I don't have a drone yet. I'm sure it's on John's to buy list, but right now we've got enough things to pay for. But I'm just going to show you this. And if you had a drone to take an aerial picture, this would be spectacular. So there are a couple of guys fishing. I don't know what they're fishing for. Mackerel, possibly sea bass, because it's quite sandy. Who knows? Well, we're walking back to the car park now, but I just wanted to show you this beautiful rose. So this is Rosa spinosissima, and it's the Scotch burnet rose, and the smell, the scent of this is absolutely beautiful. So we're walking along, there's a wee bit of purple vetch, and there's honeysuckle as well, and some yellow flag irises. Early summer. It's just lovely. I cannot tell you the smell. It is just absolutely amazing. Beautiful. So we'll say goodbye to the wee roses. And there's a honeysuckle. Did promise you the honeysuckle. Absolutely gorgeous. Smells fab. Love it. Well, it's Sunday morning, and as you can see, it is glorious sunshine. And I've taken John this morning to his favourite place, which is a car boot sale. So I've already seen some plant stalls, and John has already spotted the ice cream van. So as we're not open yet, we have to wait until 10 o'clock. And look at the queue. Look at the queue. Unbelievable. So we're going to queue up. Well, we've come back from the car boot sale, and yes, you guessed it, I bought a couple of plants. So there's no good them sitting in pots, so I just wanted to show you this part of the garden which I am going to plant up. So when we moved in here, I don't know if you remember, but this was a foot high in couch grass, dead rose bushes, and lots of dead daffodil foliage. Now, there is a lot of daffodils in this bed. However, I'm only human, and there is only so much I can do. So I have dug up the dead roses. All the perennial weeds have been dug out by hand, and I'm going to start planting from this end. So what have we got here? Well, the eagle-eyed of you may see that there is a dead tree stump just about centre picture there, and we're just going to leave that. There is lots of mahonia which has yellow flowers very early in the spring, and I'm going to leave that as well. This rose is staying. that rose is staying. They will be pruned back very early next spring, but if I prune it now I'm going to lose the flowers and I don't want to do that. So this is the area that we're going to plant. Now what I've done is place these pots around for where I want things to be, and my reasoning behind that is so that I can see how it looks colour wise, and I can see how big the plants are going to grow and how much spread they're going to grow. So, and that affects how I space them. So these hello, out the way, not helping, out the way. These salvias are slightly bigger than that pink salvia. So the pink salvia will go nearest the path. Got plans for this area. I'm going to put a water feature here, but that will have to wait at the moment. The Gaura, so we grew these in France, and I know these can bush out to about a 2 foot spread by at least a 2 foot, maybe 3 foot height. Lupins, probably about the same, but 2 foot by 2 foot. So I'm spreading things, and this is a good practice because that means I need to move this pot over slightly. So I'll get you over there. That's a wee bit better. So I'm not crowding my existing rows. I've got room at the front for little things to go over the wall. Overall, I'm kind of pleased with that, so I'm going to start planting now. So that's them all planted in and watered, and I really can't complain about the price because these are all perennials, and the garden gives me such joy that it's worth it. So we're going with a pink and purple theme, and as you can see, I've got a lot to still do. There's some lovely plants in this garden. I mean, this rose, look at that. That is lovely, isn't that lovely? How pretty is that? And the peonies, although they needed supports, just lovely. So we're kind of getting on with it. And Rome wasn't built in a day.